What happened when the bully teacher found out that I am the principal's daughter? My mom got promoted to principal the summer before my sophomore year. I begged her not to tell anyone. I didn't want special treatment. I had my dad's last name anyway. Mr. Kessler taught sophomore history. He was one of those teachers who peaked in high school and never got over it. He coached football and treated his classroom like a locker room. If you were an athlete, you were golden. If you weren't useful to him, you were a target. I was a target. It started small. He'd mispronounce my name on purpose, then laugh when I corrected him. He'd call on me when I didn't have my hand up, then sigh dramatically when I answered. Wrong again. Anyone else want to help her out? I wasn't wrong. I checked later. By October, he'd moved to public humiliation. He'd read quiz scores out loud, loudest when mine was lower than usual. He'd make comments about my clothes, my hair. Once he told the whole class I looked like someone who'd peak in community college. The football players laughed. Everyone else stared at their desks. I started recording him. I'd slip my phone into my pocket with voice memo running. 3 weeks, 47 comments documented with dates and timestamps. Then came the group project. He assigned partners randomly, but when he got to me, he paused. Actually, let's put you with Marcus. He could use someone to carry his grade. Marcus was the starting quarterback. He hadn't turned in a single assignment all semester. I did the entire project myself. 12 pages of research, a full presentation with citations. Marcus showed up on presentation day having never read a word of it. We got a C. Mr. Kessler's feedback said the research lacked originality. I'd spent 30 hours on it. Marcus spent 0. I checked Marcus's individual grade through a friend in the office. He got an A for excellent participation. The next week, I wore a hoodie to class. The heating was broken. Mr. Kessler stopped mid-lecture and pointed at me. Hood down. This isn't a street corner. I pulled it down. But he wasn't done. You know what your problem is? No respect. Kids like you think rules don't apply. Maybe if you spent less time looking homeless and more time studying, you'd contribute something useful to society. Someone laughed nervously. Mr. Kessler smiled like he'd scored a touchdown. That's when I decided I was done. I compiled everything. Every recording, every grade discrepancy, every witness. I put it in a folder with a timeline and pattern summary. Professional, documented, undeniable. The next morning, I walked into my mom's office. I need to report a teacher. She looked up. Which one? Mr. Kessler. I handed her the folder. She read through it in silence, expression hardening with each page. Why didn't you come to me sooner? Because I didn't want anyone thinking I got special treatment. She nodded. This stops today. That afternoon, Mr. Kessler got called to the main office. I was already in the conference room with my mom, the vice principal, and district HR. He walked in looking annoyed. Then he saw me sitting next to the principal. What's going on here? My mom slid the folder across the table. These are documented incidents of verbal harassment, grade manipulation, and discriminatory treatment toward my daughter over the past 3 months. His face went white. Your daughter? My daughter, who asked me not to reveal our relationship because she didn't want special treatment. Mom's voice was ice. Turns out she got special treatment anyway, just not the kind she deserved. The HR rep pressed play on a recording. Mr. Kessler's voice filled the room. Maybe if you spent less time looking homeless, he tried to explain. Said I was being sensitive. Said he treated all students the same. Mom pulled out a spreadsheet comparing his grades for athletes versus non-athletes. Athletes averaged a full letter grade higher with less work submitted. This isn't motivation, she said. This is abuse of authority. Mr. Kessler was placed on administrative leave that afternoon. By the end of the week, 3 other students came forward with similar stories. He resigned before they could fire him.